This is a review for the Vinci Smart Wearable that I received last week, and I'm going to talk about the packaging and the product itself and the pros and cons. So the packaging for this product was phenomenal. It was impressive when I opened it in a restaurant and everyone was looking at me. It had the quality of an Apple product. It was inventive. It was custom fit for the headphones, and the instructions were minimal, and it very much had that Apple feel. So I cannot say enough positive things about the packaging. I opened the product. The battery life was about 20%. It's to be expected. Immediately turned it on, and without reading any further instructions, I proceeded to play with it. Now, I think that this interface is very interesting. I think it definitely has an Apple feel to it. I think I would benefit from learning a little bit more about how all these operations work, and from my conversations with Vinci, the number of compatible music services, it will expand, but not today. So, what else? The Wi-Fi functionality works fine. I logged into Spotify to try different channels. That worked well. I enjoyed the online selection of music. The very frequent comment I received for people who were testing this was the sound quality was phenomenal. I use a DAC, digital audio conversion unit with my my Mac on high res audio, FLAC, and the like, and I found that to be I found the sound quality to be phenomenal in every way. The fit was very nice. It was a little confusing when I placed this on the heads of my family members. Sometimes it turned off, it registered off when it was off, and other times it worked perfectly. I'd say that the build quality is fair. I would not say it is that of Apple or Beats yet. I think that there are a couple of failure points I can see which, after extended use, I think would give way. First is this. I noticed that the metal used is, while light, it's flimsy. You wouldn't see this kind of shaking in a Beats. That was a complaint that was brought up by others. It does feel a little fragile, and I noticed that it's buckling here. If you can see this, it is slightly buckling when I pull it apart. The seams are splitting, and the ear pads, I think, are a little bit fragile as well. So I'm a little dainty with this. I don't feel like I could run with this at all, and I would be remiss to use this for any strenuous activity. I did not have the opportunity to use the SIM card, although I think that's a nice touch. I don't know how many people will use that. I live in Silicon Valley, so Wi-Fi is fairly omnipresent. And I wasn't able to connect the device successfully to my several Macs to see if I could transfer songs very easily. It would be great to have some kind of interface with iTunes or some kind of a direct directory drop where I can add songs pretty effortlessly. My main complaint is the lack of Bluetooth. I noticed that the functionality works or is suspended when I insert the mini jack and the headphone mode commences. Feels like I should be able to access my onboard songs when this is live. It feels like there's some functionality that is missing, or the entire unit gets devoted to the external source once I plug the headphone jack in. I would say that the wow factor is very high for these. I think it's very impressive. I think you can get a lot of attention here. I noticed this myself, and others have noted as well, that the controls are a little awkward. It's not incredibly intuitive to swipe back and forth, up and down, It might be construed as a little strange if you see someone doing this in public. I noticed that I trigger the pause a lot more than I was expecting when I was just trying to swipe left or right or increase the volume up and down. And the other critique I heard, which I don't know if I agree with 100%, is that the interface is a little awkward here. People have gotten very comfortable with operating their headphones and their experience via their phone or their iPad or iPod, and having a permanently attached screen here is a little awkward to control. And you make all your configurations, you set up your playlists, all this, and then you place it on your head. I would rather be listening to music while I'm operating this. Perhaps if this were detachable, that would be a real differentiator, or perhaps if this was tethered with a wire of some sort, that'd be great as well. Again, the Bluetooth, I know that the Bluetooth is forthcoming in additional units. I would have loved to try that, especially with the DAC. High quality, cannot say enough positive things about the sound quality. But in my appraisal, so you can see some of the bowing of the plastic here, there's just some seam areas that don't line up, and it gives the impression, while there's a lot of technology in here, I think the build quality could have been better, and I understand what they were going for, and I think the aluminum is a nice touch. I just think that it wasn't machined properly. This could make the difference of a $50 increment in the price point. I don't think this would command a premium of over $200. I think $150 would be pushing it for this. It is interesting. I like where we're going, where you guys are going with this. However, I do think that the controls are something that are unless the interface gets a refresh, I don't feel like this is very convenient for everyday use, and I wish there was another way I could relay that information, but you can hear the quality through the speakers. It's quite amazing, and I'm inadvertently pressing the pause button, but I think that just the sound itself is phenomenal, and I think that the tech is there. I think the packaging could be better, and then the implementation of the screen would really make a difference. And then, of course, OS improvements would be appreciated as well. So I give this, in my assessment, I give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, of course, that would change per the price point. And I'd say that my biggest gripes are the user interface is a little confusing, and the build quality is not what I would expect from a high-end unit. I'm comparing these, of course, to the Beats, first through current generation Beats, and I think that more could be done here. I think maybe not a screen, but maybe some kind of a design or pattern or something more interesting than this flat matte black control panel that is incredibly sensitive, as you're noticing here. I'm having a hard time pausing this. I think this could be utilized in a better fashion. I was thinking originally another screen, but I think something inventive with controls, maybe some actual physical buttons might be wise. But I do like these. I do plan on using these a lot. I will draft up all of these in my written review, but I thank you for the opportunity to review them. I've socialized them with over a dozen people in the high-tech world, and they give me a lot of eyeballs. People are paying attention to them quite a bit, and some people have asked to buy them from me off the spot because of the way they look. And I do, yes, I did note to people that it was tested on American-sized heads, and I am a 6'4", 240-pound male, born and raised in Silicon Valley, and a big guy, and I think that this fits me very comfortably. Compared to my Bauer Wilkins, the padding's a little less substantial than I would have imagined. Perhaps memory foam might be better here, but I do enjoy the comfort. 8 out of 10 is my rating, and I think this would go very quickly at a lower price point than $150. $99, I think you'd have a winner on your hands. I don't know what you're trying to get for margins, but very nice items, and thank you for letting me test them.